What's up, people? How you all been doing today? Okay, so for the people who have not seen Drushyam movie, I urge you guys to go ahead and watch the movie because this movie is literally available in all possible languages. Right now, it's available in Malayalam, Kannada, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu. It's it's there in Amazon Prime. Please do go and watch it because the story what I'm going to tell today, it's a real life story which we can compare this story to this Drushyam movie. All right, so today I'm going to talk about a case or a police case which has been unsolved for about 4 decades now. It's been 40 years and police are still not able to close this case. It even till date, even today, till today, the police, this case is open and uh, many officers have come, many officers have gone, but nobody has managed to crack this case. Not yet. So, the man behind this mystery is none other than Sugumara Kurup. Yes, this is the man behind this story, and he is the man who's been wanted by the entire Indian Police Department. Alright, so what's the story? What has he done? What's the crime that he carries? I'm going to tell you everything in this video. So let's get started. Okay, so Sugumara Kurup, he is an Indian who was born in the state of Kerala. Now, he was working in Indian Air Force. Well, that's a pretty prestigious job, I feel. Yes. Now, he was working in Indian Air Force, and after a few months, he quit the job. Now, when I say quit the job, it's not that he served the notice period and he wrote a resignation letter to his superiors and he quit the job. No, he just absconded from the job. All right. Now, you might ask the reason. Why would anybody want to quit a job like that? Well, the reason is simple. Sugumara Kurup, for him, the job was too boring. Yes, he felt the job was too boring and he just left the job. Now, this itself tells the way he thinks, the way his mind works, right? It's completely different, right? Now, nobody would first of all, nobody would quit a job like Indian Air Force. That's kind of a thing which adds a lot of weight to your resume and to your personality. But still, he went ahead and quit the job, right? So he quit the job. He came back to his native, and he was there for a couple of days, and maybe after a week or so, his family members and Kerala Police Department, they received a letter from Indian Air Force stating that there is a man called Kurup from your particular place who's been missing. Alright, could you please check on him and get back to us with the status? So this becomes a problem for Kurup. Now, since Indian Air Force has started a lookout for this guy, he got to know that he won't be able to roam around freely. So what he did, he went to a local authority, bribed them, and he got his own death certificate printed. Yes, he bribed the local authorities and he got his own death certificate printed, and he made sure this certificate reaches Indian Air Force, so that they could think that okay, this guy is dead, and they could go easy on him. Alright, so he made sure that this certificate reached Indian Air Force authority, and they thought okay, fine, this guy is dead now, and he wasn't so tenured enough to pay back his life insurance. So he was just starting off his job in Indian Air Force, and in just couple of months he left the job. All right. Now, while he was spending his time in his native, he fell in love with his housemate's daughter. See, even that's different what he's did, because back then back then only rich people used to have this have these housemaids who could employ a particular person just to take care of household works, right? And they never used to move personally with housemaids and all. They had their separate thing going on. So this guy here, he fell in love with housemaid's daughter and he got married to her. That's different. But now it's not so different, but back then it's kind of a different story. All right. So he got married to her, and now he flew to Abu Dhabi, where he finally managed to find a job in a petroleum company. So he started working in petroleum company. So he was kind of a local hero over there. You might ask why? Because now he's a kind of a person uh, who attracts that attention. All right. So he talks a lot. He always whenever his friends group they get together, he is the person who always spends the money. So he was always on in the center of attraction place. So now since he always lived very lavishly, he had zero savings, including his wife. His wife was working as a nurse in Abu Dhabi. So both husband and wife had zero savings. Now after few days, he quit that job as well, and he decided to go back to India. Now he, his wife, his brother, and his driver, these four people decides to come back to India. Now this time they're not just coming back to India with empty hands. Even though they haven't saved much money, now this time Kurup had some master plan in his mind. All right. Now they came back to India. Now after coming to India, he called his brother and driver, and he said there is a plan in his mind, and he would require his brother and driver's assistance in order to execute the plan. Now what's the plan? Well, for now that plan is quite simple, but back then, trust me, it was a master plan. Now he knew that he had a life insurance worth of 8 lakhs in the company which he was working in Abu Dhabi. All right, 8 lakhs back then. This is a story which took place around 1970s. All right, so 8 lakhs back then is a huge amount. Now he wanted to fake his own death, send the death certificate to the company, and he wanted to claim all those 8 lakhs. This was his master plan. So he told this master plan to his brother and his driver. So they both agreed to assist him. All right. Now, in order to fake his own death, they needed somebody who matches Kurup's physique. All right. So now they went in search of a dead body. All right. They roamed a couple of cemetery, and they wanted to look for a dead body which matches Kurup's physique. They searched a couple of cemetery, but they failed in looking for a dead body which matches Kurup's physique. So now next day they see a beggar who's been begging in the street. Now this beggar's physique matches Kurup's physique. So what they thought was, they're gonna kidnap the beggar, they're gonna kill him, and then they're gonna make sure that the people believe that Kurup is dead. They'll try to kidnap the beggar, but bad luck, the beggar was too strong. They just simply couldn't kidnap the beggar. So all these three peoples, they'll go for a movie. Okay, all right. Now once they go to the movie, after the movie was done, they come back, they'll sit in the car, and they'll keep thinking like what to do, how to arrange a dead body, or how to fake our own death. They'll just be thinking, as they were thinking, they saw a guy who was approaching to their car, and that guy matches Kurup's physique. All right. Now that guy who was approaching to their car, that guy comes and asks for a lift. It was like a very shocking thing for them to see a guy who matches Kurup's physique and coming and asking for their help. they agreed to give him a lift, and that guy is that guy gets inside a car and they'll start moving. All right, now while they were driving, they'll offer him a drink, an alcohol. Now this alcohol was not just alcohol, but it was drugged. All right, so they'll offer him the drugged alcohol, and that guy who drinks the alcohol, and he'll pass away. Now once the guy passes away, and once the guy was unconscious, that's when the cruelty of this story begins. All right, now in order to fake Kurup's own death, he needed a dead body, or a live body which matches his physique. Now they got a live body now. All right, now what they'll do is they'll take this unconscious man out of the car, and they're gonna smash his head in such a way that nobody should ever come to know. Nobody should ever in the future should get even a percentage of doubt that this isn't Kurup's body. So they'll smash his head in such a way that nobody should be able to identify it. All right, so they'll smash his head, and after smashing his head, they'll bring the entire body and they'll dump it in the car, and they'll burn the entire car. All right, now the entire car and the body starts burning, and once the body starts burning, here Kurup, his brother, and the driver, three of them, they'll escape from the place, never to be seen again. All right, of course police were able to catch hold of two of them, that is his brother and driver, but police were not able to catch hold of Kurup till date. But still, let me tell you what happened the day after they burned the body. Right, how did police come to know that this isn't Kurup's body and stuff like that. Now a localite saw a burning car, and he informs the police, and police comes. They'll do all the initial investigation. They saw police, they saw the vehicle's number, and they got to know that this vehicle belongs to Kurup, and the body which was burnt inside the car, Kurup made sure that he threw that particular body wore Kurup's dress. The dress which Kurup was wearing on that particular day, he made sure to throw the dress on particular dead body, which was burning in flames. So based on the dress and car number, police decides, yes, this is Kurup's car, and this dead body matches Kurup's physical identity, like in terms of height and stuff like that, and they decide that Kurup is dead. All right, so now since Kurup was a foreign return, who had just returned from Abu Dhabi, this becomes a sensational news in the entire state. All right, and this scenario, or this situation becomes a kind of a headache for the police department, because all the media people and all the localites, they started questioning the police that there is no proper security given for the foreign return Indians. So this becomes a headache for the police department, and what police does is that they'll deploy a constable to Kurup's house, to guard his house 24/7. Now everything was going according to Kurup's plan till now. All right, the twist happens here. Now the constable who was deployed to Kurup's house, he'll notice that there is no kind of sorrow at all in his family member's face. Whatever the situation might be, or whoever it might be, if a person is died, then at least a family members, they'll mourn his death for at least 1 or 2 days. But in this particular case, he saw family members enjoying, laughing, giggling, having their own good time and stuff like that. And he comes back to the police station and he tells his officers that, I don't think this family members are behaving in a right way, because there's been a death in the family and these guys seems to be enjoying. And yeah, so that's when police usually police brain, how it works. So that's when police people, they get doubt, and they decide to do a post-mortem for the dead body. Usually till then they thought of not doing a post-mortem, because they almost got it confirmed that yes, this is Kuru's body. But once constable told that these kind of things are happening in his house, so police decides to do a post-mortem check. So after doing post-mortem, they come to know that this isn't Kurup's body. Now how do you think that police got to know that this isn't Kurup's body? Well, according to his neighbors, his colleagues, his family members, his friends, Kurup is a chain smoker. Alright, he is a chain smoker. He at least smokes 15 to 20 cigarettes in one day, according to his family members. But when they examined the dead body, this particular dead body had no symptoms whatsoever of smoke in its liver or kidney or anywhere in his body. So this confirms that yes, this is not Kurup's body. Police got it confirmed that yes, this is not Kurup's body, and they begin a manhunt. The manhunt, which began 40 years ago, it's still on. They are still not able to find where Kurup is. Now they took this case to High Court, and they were able to nab Kurup's brother and driver. Alright, they did all sort of investigation, all sort of inquiries and stuff like that. Kurup's driver and brother even got sentenced to jail, and they even served their sentence and they've come back. But still police are not able to find or not able to look out to Kurup. Now recently in the year 2006, Kurup's son got married, and that's when this case was again in news, because in the marriage invitation card they had mentioned that son of Kurup. Alright, they never mentioned son of late Kurup. It was mentioned son of Kurup. So this was something which again glittered the case, and police thought yes, this particular bugger is still alive and we should nab him. They thought that Kurup will definitely come to his son's marriage. So police they went in mufti in order to, just to make sure that nobody gets doubt, but Kurup was nowhere to be found. Sometimes they got tip-offs stating that Kurup is in Mumbai, Kurup is in Kerala itself, Kurup is in Dubai, Kurup is in Malaysia, Singapore. More than 300 tip-offs, 4 decades, but still this particular man is on run, and police are not able to nab him yet, and this case has been unsolved for about 4 decades now. So yes, few people they speculate that Kurup, he took his money and he's settled and he's become a very powerful business person now, so that he's reached that level where nobody dares to question him, or nobody dares to capture him or something like that. But all these are speculations, but one truth about this is that this case is still unsolved, and this is India's and this man Sukumaran Kurup is India's most wanted fugitive. So this is the story about Sukumara Kurup, and as I said earlier, this case is still unsolved. And now there's also a movie which is being made on this particular person, and which is yet to get released. So hope you guys enjoyed the story. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and have a great day ahead.